Up next, we've got a guitar restringing demo from Hanover, and then some product demos from York, Westminster, Harrisburg, and Reading on drums, guitars, and amps.
Hey guys, David from Mention Music Service here, and I'm going to show you a little bit on how to change guitar strings and also when and what kind of strings you should be picking. So a lot of people ask, how often should you change your guitar strings? That's going to depend on a player, on how much they play, how sweaty or oily your hands are. A lot of times it can even get corroded just from the humidity in the air. So you want to kind of take a look at your guitar strings. They should be nice and shiny. Once they get kind of tarnished and corroded, that's usually when you want to change them, okay? Now, a lot of people wonder, what kind of strings should I get? There's a lot of differences, mainly in between 80-20 bronze and your phosphor bronze. Your 80-20 bronze is going to have a little bit deeper sound, where your phosphor bronze is going to have a little bit warmer sound. Now, you can also go through the gauge types too. You're going to have either a light gauge, extra light, or even a medium. The benefits of going with a lighter gauge or an extra light is you're going to be able to finger it a little bit easier. You're going to be able to bend. It's going to be a lot easier on the hands, but you won't get as much tone or projection as your medium or heavy gauge strings. So today we're just going to be putting on a set of light gauge strings here. What you're going to need, obviously, pack of strings. I like to use a pair of needle nose pliers, wire snips, and the peg winder. Now your peg winder is very important because one, it's going to wind and unwind your pegs. Also, it has a bridge pin puller. That's going to be very, very important to take these bridge pins out carefully. So you can use the needle nose pliers, but there's a really good chance that you're going to end up breaking them. So let's get started here. First step you want to do is you want to loosen these strings. You don't want one snapping you in the face. So go one at a time. You want to check, make sure she's loose. Another thing I always do is when I'm unwinding these, I want to make sure the hole in the post there is facing right at me. That's going to be a lot easier to get that string put through once you go to put the new ones on. Okay. Once you got them nice and loose here, then you grab your wire snips. It's my favorite part. Cut them off. And this is when the bridge puller comes in. You want to insert it underneath the bridge pin here. Pop them up nice and easy. Take your bridge pins out, put them off to the side. Try not to lose those. Take the old ones out. Try not to poke yourself with them. Off to the side as well. Now you notice I have everything set up here. This is just what we do at the shop. Now if you're at home and you don't have the little headrest, you can always just roll up a towel or a small pillow, something like that. Same with the protector here on the bottom. If you just got a nice blanket, little soft guy, you can put underneath there, it's fine. Now take the needle nose out. Once again, just try not to hurt yourself. Yeah. With the strings off, it is true, you do not want to leave a guitar without the strings on for that long. Because guitars, just like all stringed instruments, they're meant to have tension on them. So while you're just restringing, it's not a bad thing for it. So you can use this time to condition your fretboard, the bridge down here. Also, if you're getting a little bit icky with the fingerprints and everything, take a microfiber and some polish, go over it. It's a lot easier without the strings on it. Alright, 2 more to go here. Last little ones are always a little bit trickier, just because of how tiny they are. Now they're off. Next step is putting them back on. Alright, so the first step of putting the guitar strings back on the acoustic here is you want to take your string. Notice I bent it just a little bit, just with my hands, no tools, no pliers or anything like that. That's so it helps sit in the bridge a lot better. Won't pull up these bridge pins. And you also notice, I think you can see it here, that slot on the bridge pin, that's going to be facing up towards the neck of the guitar. I'll put this in real quick and then I'll show you how to loop it around the post. It's going to be relatively the same for each guitar, each string too. Biggest thing is you want to keep tension on the string, always pulling back. And this finger is also crucial because you don't want to let go, it just pops up. So you may be wondering, how many times do you have to wrap it around? Depends on the post. Usually with these Martins, they're kind of tapered. So you get maybe 2, 2.5. And then I like to go above the coils that you just made there. Slide it through. Now this, it'll hold itself right there. Then we'll take our needle nose here. You can pull it by hand. I just prefer the needle nose. You get that lovely sound there. Then you want to take your peg winder here. Go the opposite way you did. You don't want to tune too much. You just want to get the slack out of it there. Then merely for aesthetics, I don't know if you can see that right there, it's just a little bit of a bubble. I like to take my pliers and just push that in a little bit. Not going to damage it at all. And then, got that, that's good. Then cut it off. Not too close to the post, or else you do run the risk of having it slip out, especially if you're on your last 3 strings that are plain steel. With those you can definitely get a lot more wraps, but it will be a lot harder to hold these down, especially if you have hot hands like me. They get a little sweaty towards the end. They'll end up just slipping out. Other than that, all the strings are the same there. Alright guys, after some movie magic, all the strings are on the guitar now. Just got it tuned up with our handy dandy snark tuner, available at all Menchie locations. So next thing, all you have to do is play a little bit. Just make sure she's in tune. Now all the tools that I have used on this, all available at any one of our Menchie locations for a reasonable price, except for the needle nose. Might have to steal those from your dad. We also carry the Pro Winder, which is pretty much everything in one. Do recommend it to anybody. I gotta say, just keep after your instruments. You be good to them, they'll be good to you. Keep on playing.